Hey everybody, it's Kurt Thompson, TrumpetSizzle.com, and it is Friday the 14th, 2023. I told you guys I was going to make an explanation video so you can kind of understand more what's going on with the channel membership here at YouTube. And so what I'm going to be doing, I've kind of got it collected to where I think that you're going to understand it. But no matter what, I want you to stay to the end, or even if you have to just scroll to the end right now, you're going to be able to get a free lesson once a month from me. Why is this important? Because I know a lot of you don't live in downtown LA, New York, Boston, Seattle, Dallas. Some of you live in small suburbs, and then a lot of you live in more rural counties. Why is that important? You don't have access to top tier echelon professional trumpet teachers. You might have to drive an hour or 2 hours. When you factor in the gas, the time, and the fact that a lot of these guys in the big cities, to cover the cost, will have to charge you $80 to $100 for a lesson, it's kind of prohibitive. So you're going to be able to get a free lesson from me once a month. And when I mean a free lesson, I mean a real lesson. That would be a lesson by phone or by Skype audio if you're out of the country. So stay tuned to the end. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to go over, I'm going to be popping these up on the screen. Let's see if I can point to, yeah. So if you just kind of look this direction here where my finger's pointing, I'm going to try to put up some blown up graphics so you can get a better idea about what the emojis look like, the custom badges look like, and then we're going to go through the membership levels. That's what we're going to cover today, so you have a good idea of what you might want to do. I think it's going to be a pretty cool thing. I'm excited about it. Anyway, let's go ahead and get going. So, and you're going to see me looking down because I'm going to be looking down at my screen to try to talk about this. So first, here's a quick overview on the badges. Now, you get a badge when you first join my channel, and then they evolve. So after a month, your badge will change. After 2 months, your badge will change, and they get a little bit more cooler each time. So let's go ahead and look at your badge you're going to get right when you first join. And that is, it's just kind of a black and white trumpet. So there you go. That's the first one when you first join. The second badge you're going to get would be after a month. And it's kind of a gold trumpet. Still pretty cool, but somewhat plain, but it's okay. Now let's go to the 2-month badge. Now here's where things start to get a little bit more colorful. And so you got diamonds and stars and kind of a fuchsia red and purple trumpet. Okay, so that one is after 2 months, so it'll just naturally evolve to that. What comes next? The 6-month trumpet badge. This one's pretty cool. Now the first 3 badges you get are cartoonish type of trumpets, right? Now check out the 6-month badge. It's a real silver trumpet, and it kind of has fireworks exploded on the side. So you get that, it will just automatically change to 6 months. The 6 months badge if you've been a member for 6 months. And then for those who hang on for dear life and get up to 1 year, so this is going to be the silver trumpet with silver stars and a red border on top and bottom, which I thought was pretty cool. And finally, if you make it to 2 years or more, and if you go more than 2 years, that's when YouTube will allow me to introduce more badges, like for, I don't know, 2.5 or 3 years. But at least now, the end of the line right now would be the 2-year badge. I like it. It's a silver trumpet with gold stars. It has black border of top and bottom. So those are the badges. It just lets you know and people know that you're a little bit different. You're a member of the channel. You take things more seriously. Probably you take your trumpet playing more seriously. So that's that. I know this is going to probably turn into a somewhat long video, but you're going to hear me kind of rush through this because I don't want it to be that long. So let's move on to the emojis. Emojis are things that you can leave when you make a comment, like the smiley face, like the sad face, and all the angry face, the happy face, all that kind of stuff. But YouTube allowed me to customize the badges, what you saw with the trumpet. They also allowed me to customize my own emojis, but they only gave me, I think, 4 to begin with. So I have to get a lot more members to add a couple. So I'll show you the ones that we have right now, and I'll show you a couple that I've already done that I want to add as soon as we get more members. So let's look at some of the emojis. Now these are things you might want to put after you, like instead of a comment, you could just put down thanks. That's one of the emojis, I believe. Um, if you thought, somebody was playing a high note or I was playing a high note and you don't want to say anything else, you could just put the emoji text high note. See, and then the emojis can also go after or before your comments. So let's look at one of them right now. I would say let's look at high C. High C is just really cool, bright red letters. So you can put that anywhere you want. Another one is high note. Kind of bright poppy and blue text there for high note. And did you notice these are custom? They're all relevant to my channel. Of course, trumpet playing and brass playing. Let's check out another one. Thank you. So you see that emoji there. Maybe the emojis sometimes save time, and when you don't really want to type out a lot, or you just think just a symbol might kind of reflect what you're thinking. So maybe you saw something cool of mine, and it helped you, and you just want to put a little bit of gratitude there. So you don't have to write out a whole long thing. You can just click on the emoji. Remember, nobody else gets these emojis except for you if you're a member of the channel. So it's really going to make you stand out. So the thank yous one is pretty cool. I designed that. I designed all these actually. And let's see what else we have. We hear wow. Wow can be used in a lot of good situations and bad situations. Good playing, or if you see me play and I drop my trumpet, wow. So, so the wow emoji can be used in a lot. And then here's one, kind of a bonus one that YouTube wouldn't let me do yet. It's the scream emoji. So let me put that up there. It should be. You won't see that one right now because I have to get more members first, but I just thought that was kind of good. For example, if you see me performing somewhere with Trumpet Champions or do the Doc 7 tribute, and you did hear me screaming a couple high notes, you don't have to say a bunch of stuff. You could just plug in that emoji if you wanted to. All right, that's the encapsulation of the badges and the emojis. It just makes you a lot more special, makes you stand out, and also can actually quicken up your responses. Then you can actually use these in the community section where I just make posts, and not just videos, but posts. I'll be doing more polls. And so they would mix in. So like if I do a public post, of course, you can add your emojis there that nobody else can. When you make a post, you'll stand out because everybody else will just have their little channel thing, but you're going to have these trumpet badges that I already explained about. So this isn't just it's not hidden just for membership. It's you'll be seen by everybody else when it comes to the community board where I make a post, and maybe I'll be putting some polls. So that's that. Let's move on to the tiers now. I want to keep this rolling along. If for some reason you have a question about a tier, about any of this, because I am trying to go along pretty fast because I don't want this to turn into an hour video. I want to move it along. Just email me or send me a message, and you already know my email by now. You should, Kurt@TrumpetSizzle.com. You can go to my website and click on it and find it. It's very easy. So that's that. So we're going to keep moving on here. We're going to go to the first tier, which is middle C. Let me pull that up. So when you click on join, it'll give you the different levels that you can start off at. And the levels are rated in regards to price and then what kind of perks you're going to get for that. So I think probably the most common one for most people will probably be middle C. And that's $3.99 a month. Wow. You can't even really get anything at Starbucks for that except for maybe a pastry. So it's I think everybody around the world, if you live in Brazil, if you live in the Phils, hey Pinay, I mean, come on, you can afford that. If you live in Mexico, if you're on welfare, if you're on disability, if you're on fixed income, there's no excuse. You can definitely afford that one. And with the middle C level, this is the first level, You get the loyalty badges I talked about. These are the Trumpet badges I just went through. And you get all the emojis. But most important, now this is the whole reason that I started the channel membership, is you're going to be getting priority reply to your comments and questions. So just to give you some context and create a foundation, I started this because I got overwhelmed with having to respond to too many comments. If I let it go for 5 days to a week, I might have an hour to an hour and a half to 2 hours of comments to respond to. Just can't take it anymore, folks. So I'm really not going to be responding to comments anymore by the general public. I'll just screen them to make sure we don't have too many crazy YouTubers and idiots and things like that trying to troll, and I'll delete those. But otherwise, I won't be. If you're not a member, I'm not really going to be taking the time to respond. I just don't have that time anymore. Especially as I'm gearing up to start performing here, I'm going to have even less time. So if you have something to say, especially on a regular basis, and you want me to respond, you join the middle C level and I will respond every time. So those are the perks you get with middle C, the badges, the emojis, and my response to you on your comment. Moving on. Let's say you wanted more than that because, $3, that's not really that much. And so you're thinking, well, what I get with the next level. So let's go up to, if we were at middle C, where do you think the next one should be? I'll let you think about that while I find it here in my notes. So let's see here. What's that? I heard somebody say it. High C. How many of you got stumped on that? Or how many of you knew right away that it had to be high C? I mean, we're going up and things are getting better. So we're going up. So let me click on the high C, what you're going to get with that. Now, high C, you move up to $9.99 a month. There you go. With that, you can definitely get something at Starbucks. You can get your favorite Frappuccino. Sorry that I'm kicking the camera here. Sorry about that, guys. You can get your favorite frap. You can get just a regular coffee and a pastry. You can get a sandwich and a small something or other. So yeah, now we're moving up into a little bit of money because I use Starbucks to monetize different things. So that's just because I'm always there. I was there today. Anyway, so the high C level. So now keep in mind, every time you move up, you always get everything at the previous level plus the new level. So at the high C level, everything I just talked about, I don't want to spend the time to go through it. You can just rewind the video, but everything at the middle C level you're going to get. And now we're adding all that to the new level, high C. So here we go. At the high C level, you're going to get early access to new videos 1 to 5 days early. So the way it will work, when I get ready to make a video, make it available on YouTube, and I think it's a cool video, what I'll do is I'll upload it, and I'll mark it members only, and I'll leave it that way for either 1 day or up to 5 days. After you've had a good look-see at it, no one else is able to see it. After you've had a good look at it, I will then change that rating to make it public, and then everybody will see it. So I'm going to be doing that from now on with just about every video that I make. Even that will be released to the public. You don't have to be a member, but I'll give you first dibs. So, but you have to be a high C member to be able to view it early. So keep that in mind. And I'm that way myself. I'm a kind of an impatient, impulsive type of person. So if I'm into something and I see that somebody posted something I want to see, but they're going to make me wait, I'm going to be like, no, damn it. I'm kind of interested in that topic and I want to watch it right now. So if you're that kind of person like I am, you'll definitely want to belong to the high C level. What else do you get? Member shout outs and photo and status updates. So there'll be some things I'll put on the post. Like I mentioned before in one of the videos that I made to everybody, I'm going to be posting more off-topic things about life, my life, and life in general. I'll try to stay away from the politics, but with our crazy politics, sometimes it's just too tempting and I have to say something about it. Like right now, I'm tempted to say something about what I just saw with President Biden over in Lithuania and just some of the craziness. But anyway, I don't want to go into that. But anyway, it won't be all political. It's going to be stuff about life and how to improve your life. I know a lot about home security. I know about self-defense. I used to own a martial arts gym in Kent, Washington. I got pretty good at it for, I'm not talking about pretty good for like a pro fighter, but I got pretty decent at some skills. And then I'll talk about some other things and hobbies that I do. And I'll talk just about different things that, who knows, you hear it, and maybe, especially if you're a younger person, maybe you might find that that's something, I don't know, you might just find it of interest and you might go, aha, I didn't think about that. That's a good idea. I like what Kurt said about that. I'm going to try it. Of course, we'll talk a lot about trumpet and music. So these are things that I can post on the community board. If I give a status update, what I'm doing, it might be totally unrelated to music. You're going to be able to see all that stuff. It's just if you got time and if you're interested in maybe what's going on in my life besides the curated videos that I put up. So, and then I'll give member shout outs from time to time. I did this when I had Patreon before, so from time to time, I'll just say, oh, just thought I would let you know who's on the channel and who's a member, and I'll just read out your name, probably along with several others, just to let you know that someone's thinking about you, moi, thinking about you, vous. So, okay, that's the high C level. If I had to make a guess right now, since this is brand new, I'm guessing most of you are going to fall right into the middle C level or the high C level. If I just had to roll the dice. If we had 100 members, I'm just guessing probably 80 of you guys would be at the middle C and the high C level. And so you got to get real super serious to move up to the next level. What do you think the next level is going to be called? Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Double C! Of course, right? Were you thinking that? Did you say that out loud? Although I couldn't hear you. Double C. Double C. So let me click on my notes about the double C level. If you join and become a double C member, you are definitely more serious about your instrument, about your playing. You really are trying to get ahead. And keep in mind, you're going to get, with the double C level, you get everything from middle C, and you get everything from the last level I just talked about, high C. You get all that is yours. And then now the new stuff for the double C level, you're going to get member only live streams. And now you've seen me do live streams before. I don't know if I'm going to get that fancy, but what I want the live streams to be is kind of more like a group lesson or a group think when it comes to brass playing and trumpet playing. So that's how I see it. I don't know how long I'm going to go on those, but if we have a lot of people, it would go over an hour. If we have just a handful of people, I expect it will be under an hour. This is a fabulous opportunity if you're trying to get better on trumpet. And I have to say the other brass instruments. A lot of my courses now, you'll see me playing trombone or tuba or doing demos on the other brass instruments. So I do say trumpet most often because 90% of you are trumpet players. But if you play another brass instrument, this is also for you. So here we are, double C level. It is $24.99, $24.99 every month. So now you can get several things at Starbucks for that. You can buy your significant other a frap. You can buy yourself a frap. You can get a morning bun. You can get those little petite vanilla scones, which I like, and maybe one other thing. So that's what you can get for about 24 bucks at Starbucks. Okay, so you get the members only live stream. So this is going to be me. This isn't going to be any recorded stuff. This is going to be really me live, you and I interacting, and it's going to be a group lesson. And so we're going to get things done and make progress. What else? Okay, exclusive member only videos. Now this is different than the early release videos where I make a video for the public, but I only let you guys see it. And then after a couple of days, I release it to the public. This is different. I already have some member only videos that you can check out right now. A lot of these will be videos and snippets about my life and what I am doing. So, it could be like I have one in there from July 4th when I'm cooking out and I'm doing this, that, and the other. I'm just going to make it more personal with these videos that you're going to be able to get it's kind of like you're going to be able to be a fly on the wall and be able to kind of check in what Kurt Thompson's doing. And so if you have time to kill, you might find that very interesting, and I think you might like it. I have a very interesting, very hectic, fast-paced life, and I think it's about ready to get more hectic once I start performing. That takes quite a lot of energy and just makes me super busy. So just think about that. Once I start performing, I'm gonna let the camera run, and maybe there'll be stuff in the green room, stuff on the plane or a bus or in a car. It's going to be pretty fun. I think that you're going to want to be a part of that. But up until that happens, you'll just get videos that B-roll stuff about, but I'll be talking B-rolls around the house with my pups, different things that I'm doing, maybe different topics that I want to talk about, and it won't be released to the public. It'll only be for you guys. And so if you're interested in a wide variety of topics, I have a lot to say on a wide variety of topics. I'm a follower of philosophers and academics, so I could turn you on to some good critical thinkers right now that are alive. And so who are the top guys I like right now? I'll just give you a couple freebies. I like Thomas Sowell, although he has a great channel, but he's in his 90s now, so I'm not seeing him anymore. I'm just seeing the pre-recorded stuff. But I love Thomas Sowell, his thinking. Who's the other guy I liked? Victor David Hanson, I believe. He's kind of a newer one I've been following for about 6 months. Victor David Hanson. He's a fellow at Stanford. Anyway, I wasn't prepared to talk all about him, but I really like. These are people that you got to realize we aren't masters of the universe. And so when I see somebody in their field that really is a master, I wish I could be like, but I start to really value their opinions and their insights, and I pick up a lot. So these are, for example, we'll talk about that in the members only video, and then I can turn you on to that. So then after you hear me talk about it in the video, you'll be like, oh, well, Victor David Hanson, what's it? Let's go check out some of his stuff. And he talks a lot about current events, and he's a history buff. On and on and on. Thomas Sowell is also somebody that you really need to know. I think he's an economist, but also a critical thinker, an academic, intellectual. So anyway, I'm just getting off on a tangent here, but I'm just giving you an idea about. I have some very interesting things that I do in my life, and I think they might be important to you. I think that you might get turned on to some of these, and it might be valuable. So anyway, that's that. So we're at double C level. You're going to get, that's worth it. I think you're going to get a lot out of it, and you're going to find out a lot more about me. And okay, so we're going to move on to the last crazy level, and I call it crazy because I named it a crazy name. And let me see if I can find it here. Okay, where we go, right there. Boom. And this one has a couple parts, so I'm going to try to get through it pretty quickly. Here we go. This is your chance to get a free lesson from me. Now, if you go on my site, let me put up, okay, if you went on TrumpetSizzle.com right now, you can do it right now. You can pause the video if you want and go to TrumpetSizzle.com and search lessons. And I'll put a picture of the first level of lessons you get to at TrumpetSizzle.com. It's a 30-minute lesson and it's $45. See? That's all you get. You just get a lesson with me in person. Most of it's over the phone, especially with all the COVID that went on, so it tends to be mostly by phone, and then also Skype audio if you're outside. Now, if you have something really crazy going on, I got ears like a hawk has eyes, so if you talk to people that have taken from me by phone, they'll be like, man, he can hear me play, and he's like saying this. Okay, now that said, here we go to the other side. If you have something weird going on with your embouchure, if you've been into an accident and you got a scar going all the way through, if your teeth are real funky, if maybe you have a cleft lip or the lip's a little bit funky, or something crazy going on with your dental work, or there's just some abnormality here, and you're thinking that I need to see you on video live when we're doing the lesson, I don't mind. I can do that. But for the most part, we talk. You let me know what you want to work on. I have you play a couple things, and I can hear already what I need to tell you. the good, the bad, the ugly, and give you some pointers to help fix what's how you got off the rail a little bit and you want to get back on. So now that's 45 bucks if you go to my site. But here, look at this, Trumpetholics. It should be, let me put it right up there. Okay, Trumpetholics is $49.99 a month. It's 50 bucks a month, but you get that free lesson every month. This, I don't know how I can emphasize this. Like I mentioned at the beginning, if you don't live in downtown LA or Santa Monica or San Francisco or Seattle or Miami or New York City or Boston, Dallas, Houston, if you don't live in these cities, and most of you don't, if you live on a farm or if you live rural, you just don't have access to this kind of music instruction. You don't. So, and if you do try to do it online, you'll find that, wait a minute, Kurt's lessons are only 45 bucks, but Arturo is trying to charge me 200. Roger Ingram is trying to charge me 200 just for an hour lesson. I'm telling you folks, this is a bargain. I mean, it is the bargain of the century right now. Now, as I get busier, this might be subject to change, but as I get busier with performing, this might be modified. But right now, the way it stands, you get a free lesson from me every month. It's just, I mean, if you're trying to get better and improve on your trumpet, regardless of whatever level you are at, if you're a beginner or you're a 60-year-old pro or a semi-pro and you got chop problems or endurance problems or you just want to take yourself up another level, this is a no-brainer for 50 bucks a month. Now, why is this better than just getting the one lesson off my site? Because you get everything that I just talked about in this video. Everything. So you're not just getting the lesson, you're getting everything, folks. The middle C stuff, the high C stuff, the double C stuff. You're getting all of that. All of that you're getting every month. And you're getting that free lesson. Think about it. Think about it. I'm a logical person. I like to do things and think and act in a logical way. Think about it. Think about it. When you look around, where are you? Are you on a farm? Or are you on several acres? Is your nearest neighbor a half mile away or several blocks away? You know that you don't have access to top tier instruction. Think about it. Moving on. Oh, and that's in the Trumpaholic tier. One thing I didn't like about what YouTube did, I don't know why they did it, but they didn't give you the explanation. So I'm going to do that now. I kind of already gave it to you, but so it's listed as quick priority brass playing help and advice. So that's the free lesson that I'm talking about. I don't know why, but when you click on that, nothing happens. But that is the free lesson. Also, priority email access to Kurt. That's me. So let me open up, because I don't want to tell you anything wrong. So let me open up. Hold on one second here. I've got that a little bit more explained. So hold on one second. Hold on. Da, 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 da. Oh, let's see here. Here we go. There we go. Let me get the other one, right? Okay. Thanks for your patience. Okay, so when you look at quick priority brass playing help and advice, it's just what I told you about the free lesson. But what it should say, and I'm looking at it right now, one time a month you can speak with me via phone or Skype about any problem you are facing. That's the lesson. That's what it should say in the description. Maybe comment or let me know if you actually see that. I'm not seeing it when I click on the membership from my angle. And then it says now for the instruction, how do you get this? You email Kurt@TrumpetSizzle.com to set up phone or Skype audio lesson. I'm in Central Time, Texas. So we'll try to get something convenient, but also we have to work with both schedules. So I have to say it's got to be mutually convenient and agreed. I'm Central Time, Texas, so you can kind of juxtapose your time zone around that. So that's the quick priority brass playing help and advice. And I think I got a little snippet I can just show you. That's what it should be saying, but it's not showing up. So anyway, I want you to know what that is. The other one is email access. So it says priority email access to Kurt. So it should say up to 1 email per week for important matters, not small talk. and I will reply within 24 hours. So you get access to me once a week with emails and something important. And it's got to be, it could be non-trumpet related. I've been through all kinds of stuff. I've been through a divorce, child custody disputes. Um, I've been through a lot. So if it's non-trumpet related and you think that I might be able to help you, you just want my 2 cents worth of advice there, you could send me that email if it's about an important matter. It's not meant for small talk. So if you send an email and say hi, and that's all you say, I'm probably not going to respond. Or if you send an email and say, hey, Kurt, what's up? I'm not going to respond. This is a priority email access to me, and you're emailing because you have something important on your mind. It could be about your plan. It could be about your equipment. It could be about the group you play with. It could be everything with trumpet or brass playing. Everything that goes along with it. It could be about your band director from your school or your section lead, all that kind of stuff. Or it could be about non-trumpet stuff. Maybe you have a situation with your significant other, your spouse, your wife. Maybe you had a death in the family. As some of you may know, we had a horrible situation where my youngest brother passed away under suspicious circumstances. It still has not been resolved. I don't know if it ever will be. So that happened, oh my God, that happened 7 years ago, actually, in the summer. So we're coming up on that bad anniversary. But anyway, so I've been through a lot of my lifetime, and if you have something that crazy that comes up, or horrible, or even something good that you want to tell me about, this is the perk in the Trumpaholics. You get priority access to me by email, and once a week I will definitely scan for members that are emailing me about something important in their lives or important in their playing, and I'll give it my best shot. That's my promise to you when I respond. My goal is not just to give you a one-liner, unless that's all it requires, but my goal is to give it a good shot and steer you in the right direction. So that is the Trumpaholics. Let's see, what else can we talk about? I want to make sure I don't want to, let's see here. So I think by now you should have a really good idea about membership here at TrumpetSizzle. Also, your brass instructor is what I originally named the channel, your brass instructor. I don't know if it still comes up that way, but it's TrumpetSizzle now. I feel like I put together a pretty good value for what you're going to pay. And I think I put the value such that every month you're going to want to keep going. That's how I've done it. So I feel like you're going to get value, and especially on that free lesson. I mean, I'm just looking at myself when I was younger. If I was in high school, oh boy, if only I could have had something like this. Just only. There were no high note teachers. There was no brass coaches where I lived, and there was no online. So I was stuck. I'm kind of self-taught when it comes to embouchure and strength. But boy, oh boy, if I could have just met somebody like who I am now and just got some advice and taken lessons, that it just would have helped me out so much. It made things much more clear and saved me a lot of time. So anyway, you should think about that one if you're trying to improve your playing. It is an extreme value. And folks, I think that about wraps it up. It did turn into a long video, but heck, I mean, you're going to be spending money. You want to know why you're doing it, what you're going to get out of it. Is it going to be worth it? And so I had to paint the picture and go into the explanation of what this is. I like it a lot better than Patreon that I tried a couple of years ago, because Patreon, it was like double duty for me. It's just like I was at YouTube and Facebook, and I had to go to Patreon to do everything all over again. And it just, in the communication, it got more difficult. Here, I'm already on YouTube. I'm already putting stuff up, and YouTube makes it really easy how to select what video goes where, who gets to see it, who doesn't, all that kind of stuff. And it's easy for you too, guys, because all you got to do is you're right there at YouTube video mine, and you can send me a thanks, super thanks. You can join, you can subscribe. It's just all in one place. I think it's going to be a lot better going forward in the future. So what else do I got to say? Now it's turned into a long video, but hopefully you skipped around if you wanted to. And I'm going to try to make those little menu markers so you know when you're going across the video. If you do want to skip around a little bit, you can go right to the section you want to hear me talk about. So this was an important video, and it needed to be said. And I had to do it because either tomorrow or Sunday. This, if you're watching this in the winter, it won't matter so much, but this is coming out right in the middle of July, and I'm about ready to start my biggest promo of the year, which is my back to school specials. And that's really a time alligator for me for like 3.5 weeks. It really just sucks up almost all my time to do all this stuff. So anyway, thanks for staying with me. If you stayed this long, 2 thumbs up. It's Kurt Thompson. It's Friday, the 14th of July, 2023. We're just getting liftoff with this channel membership, and every little bit helps. Most of you probably can't really understand how I've been doing this, but I've been doing this, and everybody that has a channel for most of this whole time, you do it for free. So I don't know if you can kind of put yourself in my position, but I'm doing all this stuff. You're getting the benefit, and I do it for free. So I really appreciate if you're able to help out. And yeah, put yourself in my spot and just imagine all the work that I've been doing, but you don't get paid for it. So anyway, just maybe you need to do that. Just kind of empathize and put yourself in my spot. I think that if you do, you'll come to understand that this is a pretty worthy endeavor here, the YouTube channel membership. Kurt Thompson, over and out. I'll see you next time on the inside, maybe.